So we're grading Sean Payton's draft class for the New Orleans Saints. They had 6 picks this year, including a first rounder. I'm not overly impressed. I'm not overly optimistic. I know they had to go edge at some point in this draft because they have Cameron Jordan who's getting up there in age. They just lost a big part of their defense this past year in Trey Hendrickson, who had a lot of sacks, and they came mostly on free rushes. And Marcus Davenport, who they traded up to get a couple of years ago, just has not developed into a caliber player that they feel good starting. So you go from taking a non-power 5 developmental edge rusher who has all the physical traits you want, and you trade it for that guy. Instead, you just stand pat 28 and take a similar guy who's got all the physical traits, non-power 5 edge rusher from Houston, Peyton Turner. This is a guy who I loved as a mid-second round pick or late second round pick. When it comes to being a late first round pick, I'm like, yeah, I love the player, but I don't love him that much. So I think Peyton Turner's the guy who's a developmental prospect. Definitely a reach, possibly the biggest reach in the draft. But if you're looking 2 years down the line, I could see him certainly being a good player. It's just that this guy does not help you immediately, or at least not nearly as much as many other first-round picks immediately help other teams. Pete Warner in the second round to me is a solid pickup. This guy will never be an outstanding all-pro, but he'll be a solid starter in the league for 10 years. I think he's that good of a player. And he can be potentially a day-one contributor for New Orleans Saints. So I really like that pickup. Paul Sandible in the third round is another good selection. He's a little bit hit or miss, boom or bust in certain plays, but he has 8 interceptions and 27 pass breakups in the last 2 seasons at Stanford, so you have to love that. I don't understand the Ian Book selection. I don't in the 4th round. I just don't. I mean, there were better quarterbacks on the board. I think Ian Book could have come off the board in the 6th or 7th round, really, so I don't like that as a 4th round pick unless Sean Payton has some Taysom Hill level stuff he's planned out for Ian Book in the future. And just looking at the last selection is Landon Young in the 6th round, Quan Baker, wide receiver from South Alabama in the 7th round. I'm giving this draft class a C-. I'm sorry, guys. I like I said, I like the Pete Warner selection, I like the Paul Sandivo selection, and I'm not hating on I'm not trying to hate on Peyton Turner because I do like him. It's just that I just don't see it being a first round pick. However, I will say the UDFAs that picked up Trill Williams, a guy who thought could have gone in the 4th or 5th round, Bryce Thompson from Tennessee. 2 great cornerbacks that picked up. Trill might play safety in the NFL. I really like the UDFA class for New Orleans Saints. And if we included that in my overall grade, I would probably upgrade them to a C+, maybe even a B-.